Ladies and gentlemen, will you please take your seats as the keynote session is about to commence. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jason Titus.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jason, and I lead the Developer Product Group at Google. I'm so excited to be here with all of you at Google Developer Days Europe. This region is an amazing one for technology, with startup hubs blossoming across the continent, from London to Paris to Berlin and Warsaw. The talent here is incredible. In fact, a few years ago, when I was the CEO at Shazam in London, we would hire from across the continent. Some of our best developers came from Spain and Greece, and Germany and Lithuania, and Poland. So Adiko's story is just one of many that motivates us to continue programs like this. That's why today I'm excited to announce that we're extending our partnership with Udacity to begin the Udacity Scholarship Challenge, this time with enough space for 60,000 aspiring developers across Europe and select parts of EMEA. And we're also expanding the scope to include both Android and mobile web development. So please visit the website to sign up and learn more. So as you heard from the speakers today, we're really excited about the possibilities for developers to build some truly amazing things. We're looking forward to getting to know you over the next 2 days and hear what's on your mind. Thank you, and have fun.
Hey, hello, and welcome to Krakow. For those of you from Krakow, thank you for welcoming us to your invested really successfully in progressive web apps, and also like newer services like ride-sharing companies. This is just a sample of some of the people who are actively working with PWAs and new web APIs. Check out their work. They've done beautiful work on, building great sites. And they're just finding like ways to start down this path, investing in, the mobile web and getting down this path of building progressive web apps. So I think, progressive web apps for these companies, it's giving them, reach and capability, the ability to target new audiences and new markets, which is, incredibly exciting on the web. If you want to learn more about this, we have some great sessions coming up. Some good presentations today and tomorrow. We'll have, like I say, a lot of expert web Googlers on hand to answer your questions, solve your problems. I'd also strongly recommend the training sessions from Sarah Clark and her team. These are really, really good and really good people running those sessions. And if you want to find out more, please check out Web Fundamentals, like case studies, resources at developers.google.com/web. Most of all, please feel free to come and talk to us, any of the Googlers. There's a bunch of web Googlers here. We're here to learn what you're doing on the web, what we can do to make the web better, and to help you, build better experiences for all your users. Thank you very much, and we'll see you around. Thank you.
everyone. My name is Rebecca Franks, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about then it says yes or no, it's a cat, it's a lion, you've got it right, and then it dispenses candy. And this is all powered using Android Things and the TensorFlow libraries. So I encourage you to add your project to Hackster.io, and you can head to hackster.io/Google. So if you've built anything with Android Things, please be sure to add it there, as it will be really valuable for everyone else to see. So why Android Things? Well, it's the power of Android in your own hands on these devices. Google manages the complexity of automatic and secure updates, and it's a lot easier for you as a developer to manage these things. So if you're still curious about learning more, at 1 o'clock there's an instructor-led training by Renato on hands-on learning with Android Things, and you can actually create your own IoT device there. I'll be available in the office hours upstairs on floor 3 if you have any questions. And if you're on your way out, there will be IoT cards that you can get your own IoT device at this conference itself. So thank you very much. Cool.
Hello, everyone. My name is Eva Gasperovic. I'm a developer programs engineer here at Google. And I'm very happy to see you here at today's session, and especially in the real-life lighthouse on the first floor, so feel free to give it a try. There are site clinics where you can consult the healthiness of your site with Googlers. They happen on the 3rd floor. We held some office hours. If you have any questions after this session or want to talk to me, I'll be present in the office hours area on the 3rd floor after the session. There is the instructor-led training, quarter to 3, that walks you through Workbox. And of course, there is the progressive web app section on developersgoogle.com that I really encourage you to try out. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the session, and see you around.
you about PWA, Progressive Web Apps. If you've seen some talks today, Sam's talk, Ava's talk, you've already heard this acronym used. That people will like in a couple years. Future programmers at your company will see your code and they will smile instead of thinking, why did they make all this stuff? This is crazy. They'll see it, it looks easy, it's elegant and maintainable. And in conclusion, isn't life about creating something beautiful? This is your chance to do that. PWA and AMP. Thank you very much.
I'll wait for people to settle down. Hi, everyone. My name is Shailin Tooley. I am a developer programs engineer. Uninstall it. Don't want that. That's basically it. A lot of stuff. I'm around. If you have apps that you think are going to be now struggling with some of these O limits, please come and talk to me. I'd love to hear your story. Happy coding. Thank you.
Welcome to Machine Learning APIs by Example. I'm going to teach you how you can use pre-trained APIs to access pre-trained models with a single REST API request. My name is Sarah Robinson. You can find me on Twitter at srobtweets, and I'm a developer advocate on the Google Cloud Platform. So that's all I've got for the APIs. I encourage you to try them all out in the browser. So as I mentioned for the Vision API, I showed you how you can try that in the browser. You can actually do that for all of our machine learning APIs. You can use your own audio, text, video, try it out, see the API response. And then if you want to find the code for most of the demos that I showed you today, it's available in the 2 repos listed there. So I'll let you all get a picture of that slide real quick. And thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, can you hear me? All right. I'm Dan Galpin, and Lisa Ray and I will be giving you a tour of the highlights of the latest.
I want is physics-based animations. They're not toys, and they're not just for games. They're way more than bouncing balls. They're a great way to bring natural motion and interaction to your current UI. So I look forward to seeing what you make with them. Thank you. Perfect.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tom. I'm one of the technical leads over on our VR and AR efforts at Google. So this has been a whirlwind tour of the capabilities of AR Core, and all the information you need to get started is there today on our website. So we've talked about the fundamentals of AR, we've talked about the options you have to build your AR applications, and we've talked about how to build content for those applications. We're actively seeking feedback from developers such as yourselves through this preview phase, and we'll be monitoring our GitHub issues and our other channels closely so that we're building a platform that works for what you want to build. So you can see that AR marks the next big shift in what's possible with mobile devices. Get started with the AR Core preview today. We really can't wait to see what you build. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michal Ofaulu.
Good morning, Krakow. My name's Michal. I'm Irish, but I'm working in the Munich office, and I'm here to tell you about Google engineering in Europe.
And with that, I would like to invite Michal again to join to the stage.
So we've had two great talks to kick off the day today, and I would especially like to thank those two speakers, Beshad, who was very brave with all those demonstrations, thank you, and Ava, who showed us the very exciting work that's going on in Warsaw in Poland. I was reminded of one of my favorite geeky t-shirts as I was listening to Ava, which is, there's no such thing as cloud computing, only someone else's computers. And the thing is, when that is true, you want the people running those computers to know what they're doing, and so trust in Google, use our Google Cloud Platform. Now, I'd advise you all to make best use of the code labs that allow you to do sort of follow-up activities, especially on the Google Cloud Platform stuff that Ava was talking about, but also about some of our open-sourced AI stuff that relates to what Beshad was talking about. And for the rest of the day, you can also join in sessions, trainings, and explore the sandboxes that are scattered around. And don't forget that we're wrapping up at 5:15, 17:15, back here in the main auditorium with the closing keynote. So thanks very much, and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Hello, everyone. My name is Florina Montanescu. I'm a developer advocate at Google. At Google I/O, let's look at the adapter. So our adapter would extend page list adapter, and then it will connect the user, which is the information that we need to display, with the user view holder. And then we define the callback, the diff callback for our user objects. And then in onBind view holder, all we need to do is bind the item to the view holder. That's all. We have a lot of new concepts and components with architecture components. But the thing is, you can use them separately. So if you want, you'll only be able to use lifecycle, live data, and page list, or only view model, or only room. But you can also use them together. So start using the architecture components to create a more testable architecture for your application. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
It's great to see so many of you here. My name is Meta Tamel. I'm a developer advocate at Google, based in London.
Dzień dobry. Infrastructure. You build your model, prototype it perhaps on your workstation or wherever, and then you upload it to the cloud, and you'll benefit from very optimized environment for training and for serving your requests. The other advantage you get is the TensorFlow processing unit, which is optimized hardware we've built ourselves, custom ASICs that help do the tensor math orders of magnitude faster than we've been able to do in the past. The result of all this is that we're making it easier for people to build complex models so that you can really focus on the model and not worry about things like, where do I run it? How do I get all the CPUs I need? How do I get the GPUs? How do I coordinate parallel processing of models? A lot of that stuff's being made really easy so that you can just focus on what you care about, which is your own model.
And that's it. So that was a lot of information. The main page that you want to remember is cloud.google.com, but there's other links as well. We also have a free trial. If you want to try out, it's cloud.google.com/free. You get $300 for 12 months, so don't take our word for it. Try it out and see what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah, and I want to add that that's really the best way to learn. I mean, we're doing our best to tell you in a very short period of time what it's all about, but I find learn by doing is a great way to go. So avail yourself of the free tier, try some things out, try building something. We think you'll have a lot of fun, and maybe you'll build the next amazing application. And with that, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dziękuję.
I'm also a Google Cloud Developer Advocate, as the speakers before me, Meta and Mark. So we understand ourselves as software.
Okay, let's go back to the presentation. So these things all fit very well together and help us solve our problems that we have, because every company is unique, and sometimes you need to change things, and there's no one-size-fits-all solution. And Kubernetes really gives you the tools to help solve your own problems. So what's the current status? How does our infrastructure look like? So not everything is running Kubernetes yet, but we already have around 60 namespaces for around 12 teams. At peak, that was like 800 containers running on 32 nodes. And we have multiple production services running there, including 2 mission-critical ones, which push around 100 megabit of traffic at peak level. So Kubernetes really helped us solve our problems. For me personally, I think Kubernetes is one of the most exciting projects or open source projects in the infrastructure space since the Linux kernel itself. There's so much support in the community and just great stuff going on. You should really look into it if you need to solve or go there. So thank you. If you have any questions or want to chat with us about Kubernetes, the Flixbus stack, or Google Cloud, you can find us on the 3rd floor at the Google Cloud platform office hours after this talk. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. It's great to see you all here. Thank you so much for joining my session, The Year Ahead in Global Tech Policy. My name is... So if you don't have a chance to stop by today, there are other things that you can do to contribute to this debate. Feel free to tweet or share on social media some of the ideas that you heard here. We have a photo booth that we would love for you to visit and share that on social media as well, to have people know that you're interested in these issues, so policy makers can start thinking more fully about how developers might be integrated into this conversation. So That's it. Thank you so much for your time.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Fluin, and I am a developer advocate on the Angular team. The offline checkbox does not actually affect WebSockets. And so if you're building an application with Firebase, for example, where you're pulling down data via those WebSockets, hitting the offline button will not allow you to test your service worker with that data, because all the data will actually come back when you might expect it not to. One of the other really cool techniques that's just kind of being developed right now is the idea of having end-to-end tests for your service worker. So it's possible and important to think about how do we test and how do we understand the state of our service worker as we're building these applications. So there's two projects I definitely recommend you check out. The first is that Pinterest project that I talked about, where they are mocking out the environments so that you can do things in more of a hermetic way. But there's also work being done to build out, for example, a PWA harness, where we can use our standard end-to-end tools, where we're doing browser instrumentation using the debugging mode, and we're actually using UX elements on the screen to check and verify and change the service worker status in the way that the user could be doing. The last recommendation I'd have is really make sure that you're staying up to date. Service workers are a fantastic API that are on millions and possibly, I think, actually billions of devices today, but it's continuing to expand and evolve as the web ecosystem always does. A great example of this is that we've now seen work being done in Safari to support service workers. And so what that support looks like, we don't actually know, but it's important to understand and use the latest and greatest tools so that you're reaching as many people as you can and empowering as many users with fantastic experiences. So I'd ask you, really just give these tools a try and let us know what your experiences are with them, because we all want to make the web a better place. Thank you so much.
welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are excited to be here, and we really appreciate the effort, especially at that hour after lunch.
We also have several code labs that will guide you through the experience of designing and implementing your first Assistant app. And finally, when you want to discuss this stuff with other developers, we have a really active Actions on Google developer community on Google+. So we post regularly there to keep you up to date with the latest news, and we answer questions from developers. We've also got a great community on Stack Overflow if you have technical questions. After us, there's a really great talk by Sachit and Shu Young that will guide you in much more detail on how to build an Assistant app. So you should definitely head upstairs and check that out after this talk. And our whole team of Assistant DevRel people is here. So please feel free to come by and ask questions about the platform. We can show you the Google Home, and we can show you the Assistant SDK stuff. So thank you all for coming, and really encourage you to dive into this new platform.
Taking photos. All the slides are live. You could ping Dan or myself on any channel that you wish, and you could get all the slides there. And if you have any questions, we'll be at our booth at the Assistant app room. So please feel free to come over and give us your feedback and thoughts. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
In the Play console and start working on it. So thank you very much. I'll be here on level 3 in the Android office hours booth. If you want to talk about the new profilers and the APK analyzer, please come talk to me, and I'm curious to hear what you think. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dirk Primps.
Wow, that's pretty cool. 2 days of learning, 2 days conversation. I can't believe it's over. Can you? It's like it just started. And we aspire to create a conference for all of
I can see it.
We'll just sort this out.
Okay. Are they doing the voice of God?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see if this works. This is how we debug problems in Google. Let's try it. Yes!
Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. That validation comes from giving it back to the people now. Sing this song and it goes like. And it goes like. What the fuck say? You want to change the world? You're a goat. You can do that. Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over.
So now it comes to you. I hope I've shown you today the value of inclusive design and how you can drive growth using inclusive design. I hope also that I've shown you the ways in which Google is doing inclusive design and what are some of the steps that we are taking by becoming more intentional. Now you, when you go back to, leave this room, go back to your offices, can follow the same similar approach that Google is doing. I would also like to leave you with a cheat sheet. Right? The first thing is, in your current products, it'll be great if you can identify demographic gaps that you have, and the magnitude of these gaps, and if you were to bridge them, what kind of impact they could be driving. Once you have that, prioritize which gap, the one gap that you want to fill, because we all are resource constrained and can't solve everything. So pick 1 or 2 gaps that drives the biggest impact for you. As you bridge those gaps, make sure you have metrics and logging and data to measure progress. And when you drive big impact, celebrate your wins. Also, it's really important to foster an inclusive culture in your organizations. You can do hackathons around inclusive design themes to drive more energy and momentum across your entire team. You can also do unconscious bias trainings to make more people aware in your whole organization. So with that, now I want you to take a moment and think about the one thing you're going to do differently when you leave this room. And if you want to be bold, you can tweet it at Google Devs and make sure to mark it with the hashtag GDD Europe and Women Tech Makers. Anyone wants to shout out an idea that they may be doing differently? It's okay. Anyone? All right, okay. So with that, I'm going to invite Dirk back to wrap up, and I hope you enjoyed the session.
Thank you. And I believe I need to do this. There have been a few people having quite an adrenaline rush back there, and Soumya certainly had the same. I think even Europeans can give them an extra cheer, right? Come on. You know, that's like presenter's nightmare, so I was really feeling with her. The last step on our 2 days journey for me is now to say a very warm thank you. It has been incredible 2 days. And we have a few parting wishes. You heard Soumya's wish. I have an additional. Please don't be a stranger. There are several ways to stay in touch with each other and with us. Continue the conversation that you take with you out of this conference. The Women Tech Makers, the GDGs, you name it. There are multiple ways, and kind of hard if you had walked these halls these past days not to have bumped into them. And maybe you're a member already, maybe you're interested. Stay in touch. On your way out, there are on the entrance, I've been told, a couple of things you might consider grabbing. Apparently there's some swag left. So if you keep your eyes open, it might be interesting what you see. And with that, please travel safely. Thank you for being with us today. And yeah, maybe next time. Thank you.
Traveling to Krakow has been really awesome. I don't think I would ever have come to Poland in my life except for having an event like this. It happens pretty much just once a year. You also can't really overstate the value of doing something like this in the same room as other people. So everyone helps each other, and it's just really great that way.
I think that it is normal to be a little nervous before any sort of big event, but I'm hoping to take that and sort of channel it into my excitement about what I'm talking about. As a speaker interacting with attendees, I get to share a lot of my knowledge, and also I get to learn a lot about what they're doing with all of our Google products. This GDD event, there's so much going on. I would say that my one regret is that you can't see everything. I think that I'm really fortunate that you can check out a lot of our events are recorded, so I can't wait to check them out later on YouTube.
I love the place because it's such a vibrant community of developers, and you get people from all kinds of areas, technological areas. You get Android developers mixed with cloud developers, mixed with front-end developers, and it really is a good mix of everything that Google is providing to developers.
We're really excited about the possibilities for developers to build some truly amazing things.